Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tasmad
Jnana Sambhutam
Hritastam Jnana Asina Atmanaha Chitvainam Samshayam Yogam Atishto Tishta Bharata. Therefore, the doubts which are arisen in your heart out of ignorance should be slashed out of the weapon of knowledge. Armed with yoga, O Bharata, stand and fight. Very nice. Doubts are because of ignorance. Many times people come us, they say, I don't believe God is there. They say or no? He is ignorant. Because of your stage of your ignorance, you may say so many foolish things. That doesn't become fact. Today everything is taken by, they will do poll. How many people believe in God? Now, we don't have to decide things by that. Do we decide things like that? If 50% people believe in God, does that become a reality? Nothing we have to do with people believe or not. There are better ways of verifying the knowledge. We don't go by people's judgment. People may not know anything. That is not the criteria. They call it vox populi. Everything has to be decided by the crowd. How much crowd accepts it or crowd does not accept it. That is not the way. And crowd can be foolish also. Very common we see one person throw some ring or ash and people all flock around him. He is God. They see it as magic of God. But they can't see magic. You're breathing. Air is there. Correct? Oxygen is there. And full cycle is there. Oxygen cycle. There is water falling. Again, water cycle is there. They cannot see. The Prabhupada used to joke. Why they look attracted to a magic, somebody producing a ring? Why don't see God's magic is to produce gold mines? So we cannot go in this way. We have to go a little reasonable. Therefore, the ignorance should be removed. It's very important the ignorance should be removed. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita removes the ignorance in 3 stages. There are 3 confidential truths taught in Gita. Correct? What are the 3 truths? 3 things taught. Guhyat, Guhyatara, Guhyatama. The first ignorance that Gita removes is that we are not body, we are a spirit soul. I was talking about the Panchakosha. The Annamaya, where a person is like an animal. Where is food? Where is food? That's all he can understand. Then next is Pranamaya. We can understand one more thing. I have to protect my life. Prana. That's enough. Prana jaye to vachan na jaye. Correct? There's so many statements. There's a prana means life. So he wants to protect his life. He knows, there are so many dangers. And if he can, first level one man, if he can eat nicely, sleep, that's it. Nothing more in his life. Little better is not only eats, he sees I am well protected. He keeps himself safe. Smart man of this world. That is the next stage. That's called Pranamaya. You can learn. Last time I explained, but I think this is a better explanation. I just read from Krishna book. Annamaya, Pranamaya, then is Manomaya or Jnanamaya, also it is called. Okay? Manomaya means not only now I am able to protect myself and I am eating satisfied, I start developing some, start imagining some philosophy of life. Manomaya, some Jnana. Okay? All three are material. And most of the people are in the first category only, that's all. You give them nice food to eat, they'll sleep for the day. There's nothing more to do. Some people will work intelligently and secure themselves. And they are considered the smart man. That is Rajasic, below Tamasic. And you can say a little more, person, more developed consciousness, he starts philosophizing. Life ka yahi matlab hai, ye karne ka, wo karne ka. All zero, no knowledge. According to Vedas, none of them have any knowledge. All fools. Therefore, it is said, no, Andher Nagari Chapat Raja, the society of fools, completely covered by ignorance. They think they are. That's why it says in the Bhagavad Gita, Maya Aparahita Jnana. Completely the knowledge has been stolen by illusion. So therefore, they consider their body as the self and all this kind of foolishness. Then above the Annamaya, then Pranamaya, then Manomaya comes Vijnanamaya. Now this is called actually Vishesha knowledge. What is Vishesha? In your college they put knowledge is power. You tell them what is knowledge, do you know? First. And they will say, sometimes they translate your science lab to Vijnana. What is Vishesha about that Jnana? Animal also knows turning iron knowledge. It's all. So Vishesha Jnana, if you want, you have to come to Bhagavad Gita. Okay? Ishopanishad is also very strict. Vidya, avidya. True, Ishopanishad proceeds and says, for practical living, you should have to know both Vidya and Avidya also. Not only you should know knowledge of soul, you should also know how to keep the body careful in this world and to make a living. But comparatively speaking, the word itself is very insulting, no? Avidya, not Vidya. So this is Jnana, and you can say Vigyan. Vigyan, which word should not be used for any kind of academic knowledge. To be strict, Prabhupada was even more strict. He used to say this is kala. Just like you know how to make samosa, you know how to make khaja. That is kalana. That is not called knowledge. Knowledge begins with separating body from the soul. Then we know person is knowledgeable. Why? Because ignorance, knowledge means ignorance should be removed. No? In the cover of ignorance, what is the knowledge? Okay? If I close your eyes and you can't see anything and you're stumbling here and there, is it knowledge? Is that knowledge? That is not knowledge. It's complete ignorance. ठीक है? पूरे कोहरे में घूम रहे हैं, दिख नहीं रहा, left right. क्या? कुछ मालूम है? कुछ नहीं दिख रहा. Correct? So mostly people actually are in ignorance. Their eyes are tied up by illusion and they think they are seeing. They are not seeing anything actually. They are completely blind. Whole society is blind. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj has a beautiful statement. Andha yathandai upaniyamana tepi shitantam urudam nibbadda. What is the verse? Somebody should see to the shloka book. It helps. Andha yathandai upaniyamana tepi shitantam urudamni baddaha. What are the first two lines? Andha means he is blind and another blind person is following him. This is the misfortune of he's saying. So why people are in such a difficult condition? Because a blind man is following another blind man. Suppose you are walking on the road and a blind man says, please come, I'll help you. You are also blind. What will happen? Both of you will fall into a ditch. So that is what the modern civilization is. People have become leaders. Oh, I'm going to tell you where to come. I'll go to... No. People are speaking. So many people you see. Kappa, 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 kappa. So then you say, Swamiji, you are also speaking. No, I'm just repeating what Krishna is speaking. Because he is not blind. He is seeing. Therefore it says, Shastra Chakshuhu. In this condition, when our eyes are blind, we are not able to see anything. Just see through the Shastra. Correct? Suppose I am blind, what I should do? See through the authority. Presently, before They say Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochana. When the eyes are opened, actually, spiritual eyes are opened, you see the Lord. Today, spiritual eyes are closed. Kuch nahi dikh raha. We are not able to see. So, this Ajnana has to be removed. Okay? So, this is very important. And when Ajnana is removed, the first thing, what will happen to us? We will understand, I am not body, I am a spirit soul. That is Prabhupada says so nicely. He is in a college, and Prabhupada is always so direct. He is taking the class in a college. First he did 45 minutes Kirtan, just like we had this Kirtan. We think without Kirtan we can understand Gita, you will not be able to understand. Prabhupada said, therefore, the minds become softened by hearing Kirtan. Prabhupada had a great desire actually once. He used to say we should have one Sankirtan party. We should have a team of some 20-25 devotees. Some people know even to play harmonium very nicely. Some people play kartal. Some people sing. Some people repeat. A team of something like 15-20 people. And it goes from different parts of the world and does nice Sankirtana. And people hear. And Prabhupada said, after that speak something. He always did that. And then even sometimes, even after the class, it is good to have little Kirtan. Then you can digest what you heard. So nice. Our movement is based on Harinam. So Prabhupada says in that class, he directly says, it's a movement of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is very merciful. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate. He is very kind, merciful. I request all of you to accept his order to chant the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And what will happen if you chant the Hare Krishna mantra? The first installment of his mercy will be, you will understand you are not the body, you are spirit soul. Think you understood? So this is the first awakening. When the soul is waking up, or you say the ignorance, whichever way you want to symbolize it. Jagrita. What is Jagrita? So therefore it is said, Arjuna is in full, he is playing the role of a person is full ignorance, who is completely on the bodily conception. My relative, my father, my grandfather, he is talking in a completely ignorant platform, correct? And Krishna is not going along with that. Now this is like modern psychologists. Don't feel like that. What is the nonsense you are talking? I give the example. A tiger, so you are seeing a tiger in the dream. So what you should do? Wake up that person. No? But the most foolish people, what they do today, they jump inside his dream and they try to chase the tiger. That is stupid. No? Wake up the man. I don't know why this is not. So Krishna did not do that. Arjuna was in tears. Krishna did not care for his crocodile tears. Krishna did not say, Arjuna, don't cry. You don't cry. What did Krishna say? You're speaking like a fool. Ashochan anvashocha stvam pragya vadam sabhashase gatasuna agatasuna chananu shochanti pandita. You're speaking like a learned man, Arjuna. But Pandita, learned people don't speak the nonsense you're speaking all this. Correct? It's like where you can get this knowledge. This knowledge if we want to have. This is the first words of Krishna. First words of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita are this. Correct? The first instruction after Arjuna surrenders. Before that also Krishna was talking, but he didn't reveal spiritual knowledge. When Arjuna surrendered, then the Gita message opened up. And first thing Krishna does with Arjuna, he doesn't give any credit to Arjuna for his that crocodile tears. We say, no? The sentimental tears. Bhagavad Gita is not a sentimental book. Be good, be nice, help poor. That is not Bhagavad Gita. That is your Gita. Bhagavad Gita has very high objective. Definitely it wants to help. But help a person in a way you solve all his problems at one stroke. Okay. Krishna didn't go to all these things. So the first ignorance Krishna removes in Bhagavad Gita is that you're not the body, your spirit, soul. And Prabhupada says something very interesting here. He says, in spite of such instructions, one who does not understand the real nature of the Lord as eternal, blissful, all-knowing personality Godhead is certainly fool number one. So after, in Bhagavad Gita, you see it's very clear. So the first feature was the Sat feature of the soul. So if somebody is not able to understand the nature of the soul or the nature of the Lord, as Prabhupada is saying the fool number one. Gada. Now we can understand why Vedavyasa says we are Gada, because they are not able to understand. Big, learned scientists. You tell them, do you understand we are body or soul? Prabhupada had gone to Russia. So somehow they wanted to avoid him because he was pretty successful in America. He made 100 centers and 4,000 disciples, full-time workers. And many eminent personalities had joined him. In Europe also, George Harrison had come forward. In Russia, in America, many big scholars had written wonderful reviews of his books, appreciating his books. And same thing was happening now in Europe also. And now Prabhupada wants to come to Russia. The country, they didn't allow him to meet anybody except few scholars. They allowed him to come. They wanted to show that, they are not so fanatic. But they didn't allow him to meet the mass. His appointments are only with some. They didn't give him any public engagement. Only one Kotowski, like that, some philosophers he'll meet. So Prabhupada went to meet him. It is recorded in Science of Self-Realization. Very nice. So Prabhupada says, at a certain moment, Kotowski said, so we are the body. After that, everything is finished. So Prabhupada is such a fool, number one. Later, he's talking to a disciple. So he is a big philosopher, scholar. He's directly saying, we say philosophically, and Acharya says, he's such a fool. He's posing as a philosopher. He's posing as a scholar. He's such a fool, number one. Doesn't even understand we are not body or spirit soul. Fully in ignorance. Andha yathande upaniyamana. What is the verse? This is a very famous story. Nate vidu swartha gatimi Vishnu. People do not know that the real selfishness is to get the truth, see the Lord. That's our real selfishness. Correct? We are so eager to see so many things. But real selfishness, see the Lord. Durashayai bahiyartamanina. Instead of catching the lotus feet of the Lord, which is our greatest asset in life, what they are doing? Hoping again. Du asha. Du means bad. Du buddhi, duryodhana, dushashana. Du. Durashaya. They are hoping against hope. And giving so much value to sense gratification. Bahiyartamanina. And then, why they are doing like that? Everybody should catch lotus feet of Krishna. Instead of catching lotus feet of Krishna, what are they doing? They are giving so much value to sense gratification. Correct? Durashaya ye bahiyartamanina. Why they are doing like that? Instead of catching Lord, Prabhupada said actually general mass of people are always innocent. That's how we should preach. When you meet public, actually they are very nice people, innocent. But they are misled by bad leaders. Like a child. Child is innocent. It depends on how you train him. Correct? So mass of people are actually innocent. If they are led properly, they can become so wonderful. But then we have, instead of leaders, we have misleaders. Then they get confused. Correct? Like most of the people in the society nowadays, I say, when they come to spiritual. No, somehow the imperson became person. Isn't it rubbish? Anybody has an experience? Just like this light. From imperson, light has come. That's from light, from imperson, person comes out. Some person comes out. Reverse experience is there. This light is coming because some person is there, at the power plant who is running the show. At the end, there is a power plant, and power plant is managed by a person. You have a train. You can say the train is running in one sense in person, but you go behind. You see there is a driver controlling the engine. Correct? So always from person, imperson comes. But reverse, it has never been observed, no? And then you have observed this? From imperson, person is coming. You got it? It has not been observed. Always from person, imperson comes. So why this 99% people are stuck in this fool's paradise that from imperson, person came? No, there was an impersonal light. From that, the person of God, Krishna, came. What is the nonsense? It is always reverse. In fact, in Bhagavad Gita, this is not accepted. Krishna says, Avyaktam vyaktim apannam manyate mam abuddhayaha. Those who say that previously I did not have a form and personality, and I have taken form and personality, they are buddhus, number one. Abuddhaya. Abuddhaya means they have no intelligence. Param bhavam ajananto. They don't know my superior nature. So they do not know. So this is very clear actually. As Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also says, Brahmanohi pratishtaham. I was the one who established Brahman. So from where people get these ideas that the God comes from impersonal? It's not a fact. Krishna is a personality. Now this is, I am taking Vedas, you take any religion. Father, anybody has an experience? Father was some light, anybody had? Always everybody's father is a person, correct? So why we have to misconstrue and twist and distort and interpret some funny meaning? It's a person. God is always a person. Therefore Prabhupada ends very nicely this purport. What does he say? The line you see. The Lord is definitely the supreme person. Definitely. Now he can say as an Acharya, he's seeing the Lord. He can say. We can't say definitely. We have heard from the Shastra. Therefore we say Lord is a person. The Lord is definitely the supreme person. And his activities are transcendental. Why? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what does he say? Janma karma chame divyam. His activities are transcendental. And one who understands this is a liberated person from the very beginning of the study of Gita. So if you actually accept this fact that Krishna is a person, therefore Prabhupada says don't even begin reading Gita. At least theoretically you accept this fact that Krishna is the supreme person. Otherwise you will not understand Gita. It will be axiomatically at least accept. Then you proceed. Then it's like we take some path. Now you have this knowledge. We are reading Bhagavad Gita. Fine, it's a book, but book is collecting some knowledge. And the knowledge has come from the absolute source, from the perfect source. Materially, you have no ways of testing this. But by applying it, we can know it is working. Materially, you want to say, how do I know this knowledge has come from Krishna and all? This is not the way. You cannot put material filter. It's a spiritual knowledge. But by applying it, you can know it is effective. Anybody can apply the instruction of Bhagavad, just like Prabhupada is saying here. You accept this fact, the Lord is a supreme person. And activities, here of his activities are transcendental. You are immediately become liberated. Janma karma chame divyam evam yoveti tattvataha. What happens? Takta deham punar janma naiti mahamita sarjana. Immediately become liberated. If you have understanding and realization that Krishna's activities are completely transcendental, you become liberated immediately. So it's a great benefit actually in hearing Bhagavad Gita. That is called Shruti Phala. Hearing from the Acharya who is explaining the Gita so nicely. We advance rapidly. Okay? So this ignorance is the one covering the three fundamental facts of Bhagavad Gita. Number one is that I am not body, I am spirit, soul. And more confidential because it requires more light. Little light, something you can see, the more light you need because it is more confidential. Prakash, Gyan Prakash. Then you see the Paramatma. In 13th chapter, Krishna says, you are the observer in the body. You are not the body. So some Vijnana when we understand the first feature. Panchakosha, there is one more kosha. The last one is called Anandamaya. Annamaya, Anandamaya. You heard about Anandamaya. Anandamaya Bhyasat. So that is Krishna, the Supreme Personality with the sweet pastime with the devotees. So the first level of remover ignorance, you understand I am not body, I am a soul. The second level is you see the Lord who is observer in every body. You are observer only in your body. The Lord is observer in every body. And third level, when more ignorance is removed, you can see Krishna's wonderful pastimes. Satchit Ananda. So this is how the things are explained. We should be fortunate to put our faith in the right place and here. And as we apply this knowledge to our life, we will see definitely this everything looks fine. Srila Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki.